Good afternoon, Keller Williams. Dave Donaldson here, Director of Technology Innovation here at Keller Williams Falls Church Market Center. I want to take a couple of minutes today to talk about how to plot out on Google Maps. That's right, My Google Maps is a great way to leverage some of your past transactions or listings or utilize different neighborhoods or parks or things that you would want to feature with links on your website. So in order to create these things, let me show you ultimately at the end of the day what they're going to look like. I have a couple on my website. If I were to go under my closed transactions, maybe, you'll see just a list here of recent closed transactions. If I go back to my home page and I look at some blogs that I've done, you can see I've utilized this same tool. Go home. In a blog format that I wrote about recent hockey clubs. So I did a little map with some contacts and some photos in a blog that I mapped out a grid of the Northern Virginia Metro, Washington, D.C. hockey clubs. For those of you who know me, know that I'm very involved with my son's hockey program. So I just saw a couple different ways that we can utilize maps. You're using on the Google platform, which works well from a ranking standpoint. So let me take a couple minutes today and show you how to go about creating one for your own transactions. First thing that you're going to want to do is you're actually going to want to go into your MRIS and do a search for your sold transactions. And so if I just go ahead, and you can do sold, you can do actives, you can do buyer seller sides, doesn't really matter, depending on what you're trying to accomplish. So I just come down here and do a listing search by listing agent ID or sold agent ID. Let's do the listings first. Oh. 1 second. All right, so some recent activity there. And what you're going to want to do is you want to check those and export those. And when you export them, you can export them into a CSV file that you're going to be able to turn around and upload directly into the Google Map format. So I'll give this a second. So that's going to download here. All right, so then I'll have them saved to my desktop. I already have one there to speed up time a little bit. Now what we need to do is go into maps.google.com. If you go into maps.google.com, it's going to bring you into the place where you can create your set of maps. So up here under the 3 tabs, you're going to hit that drop down there. You're going to come down to your places. If everybody sees that. And on the right hand side here, you're going to see maps. You see that I've got a series of maps that I've created, but I'm going to come down here and kind of create a new map. You'll see it's an untitled map with an untitled layer, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some places in here. And I have this import feature right here. So if I go ahead and click on import, I'm just going to go ahead and grab, remind us for 1 second, a recent download. There we go. I'll drag and drop that right in there. And you'll see that it pulled up that spreadsheet with MRIS information, stats, market leader, MLS number, address, total living area. So it's going to import all this data, and it tells you right here, select the columns that you want to put where your place marks are on the map. So I want to put it on by address. Okay, I'll go ahead and continue. And then how do I want to name those place marks? Well, again, I'm just going to name them by address. Finish that there, and you'll see that it's working right here, and it's working on plotting those on the map. Only takes a couple seconds for that to come out. And you'll see here's a grid of all the sold data in the that I pulled for MRS based off of that agent ID. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and title this map. So let's just go ahead and click on the title here, and let's call it Donaldson Sold Transactions. And then I can just give a quick note. Here is a list and map history of our recent transactions in Northern Virginia. Make sure you clean that up. And hit save. And then I can name the layer too. So rename the layer. Sold transactions. Okay, and then you can put entitled any way that you like. You'll see this dropping in here. It's asking what the uniform style is, and as you drop in, you'll see that they're kind of blue pin marks. Well, we can change that. And in order to do that, give me 1 second. I can, so right here, all items, that's a list of 60, but I can go ahead and click on the edit. One, I can change the color. I can go to more of a KW red. And then I have these popular icons down here that I can change, and there's a house one right here. You see that these have all updated here. Maybe I want them in blue. Maybe my team colors are a little bit different. Maybe I want the blue. Whatever works for you guys. I'll go to the red. And I'm going to set it to all items. All right. Change that out. Now the next thing that we need to do is that we can end here, and I can just share this, but I want to go ahead and look in my preview to see what it's going to look like to the end user. I can just kind of zoom in here. And then these 3 dots right here gives me some additional functions. And what I want to do is I want to copy the embedded map, because that's what I want to do to go ahead and pull and add to my website. So if I go ahead and do that, I'm going to, first I'm going to change my permissions and make it a public map. So let's go ahead and do that. Obviously we want this to show up in ranking, so we want that to become public. And just go ahead and hit done. Now I can go back up in here and I can grab the embedded map. So you're going to want this code. You'll need the right code, you just need to know how to copy code. So let's go ahead and right click, Control C, copy that there. All right. And then I'm going to come into my KW. So I'm going to go to my technology. I'm going to go to my websites. And click go to my website. Now I'm going to go ahead and we're going to build a page on the website. So we'll go in here, we'll go to edit website. We're going to go ahead and we're going to build a page. So if I just hit plus, and this is going to be a default page template. And this might just be our sold transactions. Okay, now right here I have this little copy code, and then that's where I will paste in the map grid. Just kind of take a second. There you go. And you said that it's, I've got an abnormality on it that's pulling up a property in Detroit, but obviously that's not the case there. Now I can also go in here and I can add text and code around the properties. I can add more data to the field. I can expand the width of it across it, and I can add it to my menu. So when, and then obviously I would want to put in my sold transactional data down here, or I'm sorry, my SEO. My SEO tag, so it'll be a Revolution, real estate group. In this particular case, sold transactions. And then you want to put your meta description. Sorry, I'm not talking as well while I'm typing. I'm just kind of, it's not something I do often, so I'm kind of thinking it through while I'm adding the data for you guys. All right. I'll go ahead and save that. As you know, I'm going to go ahead, it's going to pop me to my edit menu. And I'm going to want to, it's going to go ahead and allow me to bring that in. And I'm going to go ahead and move that up to the top. And put it under my listing search. You see, I already have one created here. I know I thought I had added a second one. Okay, I guess it dropped in here under my closed transactions. All right, so I'm going ahead and, so I'll need 2 of those. Go ahead and save that. And then if I come out to my website and I just refresh what I was working on, and I come back to my home button, and you'll see that I have it dropped down under my listing search for our sold transactions. And then it's mapped out right there, nice and neat for me. Actually, I want to go ahead and clean that in a little bit, probably frame in a little bit better, maybe add some photographs or add some more body content to it. But I don't want to ramble on too long. I just wanted to give you what I thought was some great data for you guys to play around with. I've had this question a couple times about how do we go ahead and do this. So I thought it was time that I shared a video for you. So have a great day. Please like this video and share it for me. And if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see in the future, shoot me an email at daviddonaldson.com. Have a great day.